Hello, it's time for another Flosstube. I'm trying to do this the first Friday of every month. Hopefully I can keep up with that. It's kind of a cloudy day here today, so I don't know how well this is going to show up. I have my ring light, so hopefully that will help. I don't have any finishes to show you this time, but I do have a bunch of whips and some stash. So let's get started. I've been working on Dressmaker's Daughter for I don't know how many years. This is what the full... When it's finished, this is what it will look like. It's absolutely beautiful. I have finished summer, except for the beads and the back stitch. I like to wait and do that at the end so that my Q-snap doesn't hurt anything. So I got all of this done down here with, there's Krynic, so it's shiny. And then I did go ahead and backstitch summer just because I wanted that in there. And I barely got a little bit of a start on autumn over here. So I've joined another Facebook group, I must be crazy, called March Mayhem. And I didn't have time to try and figure out if I wanted to do like, I mean, it's, you know, supposed to be like March Madness for basketball. This is March Mayhem for cross stitch. I would love to have done a bracket. Some of the ladies did. I just did not have time to get that done. So I'm doing Mirabilia. So mine's a Mirabilia March Mayhem. So this was the first one I worked on, and I've just picked out like 6 Mirabilias to work on over the course of the month. So I'll be sharing those as I work on them. The next one will be Christmas in London, I believe, and I haven't worked on that one for quite a while. So that will be fun to get it out. The rest of these I've been working on for the other 2 groups that I'm in. So I'm in Crystal Academy, and that one you have specific prompts that you have to fill. So, and I'll talk about what they were when I show you the whips. And then the other one is Dynasty of Dragons, and that's a fairly new one. And it doesn't have any prompts. You can work on whatever you want to. And so I can double dip. So the stuff I'm doing for Crystal Academy, I can also count towards my Dynasty of Dragons. And then I also am still in that semi-sane Stitchers group, and it has things every month to do. So I'm trying to do it all, and of course it's impossible. But anyway, one of the things we had to do for Crystal Academy was, I think this one I did for a landscape with no people, and this is Forest Snowfall by Country Cottage. And so I am getting close to being done with it. So I did like all these words. I had maybe while snow is done, and the rest of it I did the words and then the little animals down here. So I got a lot done on it. I think this is when we were catching octopus. One weekend we had to stitch, and for our group it was for every 50 stitches we would catch an octopus. So that's fun. Another one I was working on, I don't remember if this was, I don't think this was for a specific prompt, and I don't have a picture of the finish. This was a kind of a mystery stitch along, and I came to the game late, but I just loved the colors in this. This is by Tempting Tangles, and it's Gloria. And so I'm almost all the way across now. So I've got the top of the word Gloria, and then there are trees and houses down below. So there's kind of a whole picture of it. So I'll be glad to get all the way across. I can trim some of my extra fabric when I know how far I need it, and maybe trim some at the bottom too, because it's a big piece of fabric. But that's going to be gorgeous when I get it finished someday. One of the ones I was working on as a part of my focus for semi-sane, so you pick one pattern that you're going to focus on and you get at least 1,000 stitches done. And you've seen this one many a time. This is The Wedding by Lavender and Lace. And I am getting so close. Let's see if I can get this where you can see it. So I've had the bride and the groom, their heads and stuff done. And sorry, it's wrinkly because it's been on my Q-snap. But I've been working on her dress down here. So I've been working on all this, and it is so close to being done. All I have left, let me just take this out, maybe you can see it a little bit better. It's a photograph, so it may still be a little bit glary, but let's see. All I have left is like this little bit right here of her dress. So I've gotten all this done. So I cannot wait until I get over to the little flower girl. So if this is the first time you found me, this is meant to be for my son and daughter-in-law who got married a year ago last October. Obviously it didn't make it by then, but eventually they'll get it. And they're expecting their first child now, so I also need to do baby stuff. Maybe I'll have some of that to show you next time. Okay, one of the things I'm doing in the semi-sane is called Alpha My Bet. And so you pick out an alphabet project and you do 2 letters a month. And so I have not started any for March yet, but I do have the first 4 done for January and February. And this is the Prairie Schooler one. And they go pretty quick. So I'll have to get busy on that again for March so I can keep up with it. Okay, one of the prompts we had to do for Crystal Academy was a whip that is frustrating. So I love this project. It's a chatelaine, and I don't have a really good picture. All I have is just one printed off. So this is a Paris mandala. It was a mystery stitch along years ago, and I started it years ago. And it's beautiful, and it will be absolutely gorgeous someday when it's done. The thing that I find frustrating are these Eiffel Towers, and you can only see part of it, because they are backstitch, mostly backstitch. See if you can see a little bit better. And there's a little bit of cross stitch in there, but most of it is back stitch because it's all that lace work kind of. So that's what I picked for my frustrating. Well, what's funny is I was working over here. So this is the grass for the next building that's going to be going this way. And it was on a, when I do this, I have to kind of print it out and enlarge it so I don't have good markers of where one page ends and the next one begins. So I thought I had counted all this correctly, and I did a whole 2 columns of green and they were wrong. So I had to take them all out. So that made it even more frustrating. But like I said, when I get done, it has some metallic thread in there. It has a bunch of beads that I won't put on until the end. So it's got 2 buildings on each side, an Eiffel Tower on each side, and then there's some border and gardens in the corners. So someday it will be absolutely beautiful. And then another prompt that we had was our biggest whip. And so I pulled out, I hadn't worked on this for a while. This is from Tilton Crafts. I'm just gonna pull the sheet out so it won't be so glary. And this is called Venetian Sunrise. And so it's a full coverage one, like heaven and earth. And this is all I have done on it so far. So this dark that's coming down here, that's what I worked on. And so I'm also going to work on it. The next prompt was a design that starts with the letters that are in the word reveal. So since it's Venetian Sunrise, I can use the V and work on it for that. So that's my plan for tonight, is to work on that and get some more progress on it. So that's what I've been working on mostly. It's been really fun with these different prompts. It makes me pull out projects that I haven't worked on for a while, which has been fun. The problem is it's like, oh, well, I don't want to stop working on that. Now that I've started, I want to keep working. But it's fun. I'm having a great time, and I'm getting so much more stitching done than before I started these different groups. So it's a lot of fun. All right, so let me show you my stash. I also just sent an email to my local needlework store today, the Needlework Expo. They're doing it online this year, but it's this weekend. So I sent them an email of the things I wanted from that. So maybe by next month, maybe, I'll be able to show you those. But these are just some things that I think most of these I had ordered online. So there's this cardinal on an egg, Bent Creek. This may be an old one. I just saw it. My mom loves cardinals, so I thought that would be a good thing. Either to give to her to make or I'll make. I haven't decided yet. And then I picked up a couple of the Stitching with the Housewives. This is Be Mine. Obviously, I didn't get these done for Valentine this year. One of my friends has been working on getting smalls done for her bread dough basket, whatever, for a bowl. I forgot what you call those. And I've got one, and I need to do some more little things for that, but I tend to pick up these big projects to do. So I need to do some smaller ones that I can put in my bowl. But this is the other Stitching with the Housewives that I bought. Be My Valentine. I just love the colors in this and these flowers. So someday I will do these. And this is called Give Greatly by Silver Creek Samplers. Cute little snowman. I have a sister who loves snowman. She would love that. And then this is a series, and I guess they didn't have summer. Either it's not out. I was looking to see if I could see a copyright on them. Or, oh, there it is. Oh, no, summer. It's spring that I don't have. So, I'll have to look for the other one. So, these are, I do not know how you say this designer. I say Jardin Privé. I don't know. I should ask somebody how to pronounce it. It's French. So, this one is in there. It's French, but it's really little moments of summer. Yeah, this is summer. So I have summer, autumn, and these look like they would be a lot of fun to do. Just a lot of little, you know, images to do, and this is winter. So I will have to look for the spring one. That's the one I'm missing. So I'll have the whole set. This is a new series by Cottage Garden. The first one was a snowman. I don't remember the name of it. This is the second one. The series is called A Time for All Seasons, and this is Love is in the Air. So it's, hopefully you can see, a couple of doves sitting on a heart. Really pretty. I really like their patterns. And then my favorite designer, I had gotten behind on some of the ones that she releases. So Mirabilia is my favorite. And she releases smaller designs under Nora Corbett. And so this is, I think, a wedding. I was going to see if I could see if it said Bridal Bliss Pixie. So that's the series that these are in. And this is Mum Flower Girl. And they're just so cute. And I go ahead and buy pretty much everything she puts out. Because someday it'll go out of print and I'll want it and I won't have it, so I just buy everything. And this is Primrose Bridesmaid. Okay, that is all my stash. Hopefully next time I will have the Needlework Expo stuff to share with you. Maybe I'll have a finish. We'll see. I've been working on some really big projects lately, and so I don't anticipate any of them getting finished by the next time I see you. But thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed seeing a little bit of what I'm stitching on and hearing about the different prompts that we're doing. We're getting ready to do a game in Crystal Academy. It's Prowl and Shroud, I think. So one team is searching. It's kind of like Battleship is the best way I can explain it. So you have a grid and you have one team that are prowlers. And so they're stitching and moving squares and trying to find the other team. The other team is staying hidden, and they have to stitch so much to stay hidden. And so we're trying to find them, and they're trying to stay hidden. So it was a lot of fun last time, and I think I mentioned the octopus. That was one weekend we caught a bunch of octopus. Dynasty of Dragons, we finished our first round. And so we're kind of just in a lull before we start the next round, just kind of storing up on different items that we need to keep. So it's a lot of fun. Like I said, I'm really having a good time and getting so much more stitching done than I did before I joined these groups. Sometimes it feels a little overwhelming, like, okay, can I count this towards that? And how many stitches did I do? And how many do I need for that? But I have a planner, so I've gotten into these happy planners, and so I just have a planner, and I just keep track of everything that I've stitched and if I've earned something, and that's helping me keep it all straight. So, okay, I think that's enough rambling. I will let you get back to stitching, and I will too, and I will see you next time. Thank you. Bye.